Angel here at Swiss Watch Expo, and today we're taking a look at my 3 top Meteorite dials. Stick around. Good morning, watch lovers. This is Angel again here at Swiss Watch Expo, and today we are taking a look at 3 of my top Meteorite dial watches. I am so excited to get into these watches with you. And just to give you a little bit of back info on Meteorite dials, it is just as it sounds. It is literally an asteroid or a meteorite that has come into the Earth's atmosphere and landed on our planet, which is so cool. If you really think about that and think about the fact that you can get something like that on your wrist to wear every day, is quite amazing. Just to kind of think about how rare a meteorite dial is, you have to think about the fact that there are only about 5 to 10 meteorites that we find every year on the planet. So to take part of that and create a sliver, to create a dial on a watch, it's quite amazing. And then the other part of it is when they do find meteorite stones or rocks or whatever word you'd like to use for that asteroid that's entered our atmosphere, they're usually very small. You don't have many that come into the planet that are of a large size. So to have something like this on your watch is very rare. And a lot of the watch brands, when they implement the meteorite into their dials, they'll also implement some other special things on the watches. So today we're going to take a look at the Piaget, the Jaeger LeCoultre, and the Omega Speedmaster. We'll start with the Piaget, which is going to be the smallest of all 3, coming in at a 39 millimeter. This is the Piaget Altiplano. It has a blue meteorite dial. And of course, one of the signature characteristics of the meteorite dial are the striations that kind of show up on the dial there. I'm not sure if that translates onto camera, but it is stunning. This watch in particular was a favorite of mine because not only does it have that unique dial, you will also have approximately 1 carat in diamonds around the bezel here. And this is only a 300 production watch. So they only made 300 of these, which is super rare. They even have that insignia on the case back where it says 300 pieces. So it is a limited edition. It will have the Côte de Genève decoration here on the movement, which is gorgeous. I don't know which side is better to look at, this movement on the back or that gorgeous meteorite dial on the front. It will be done in the 18 karat rose gold and just a stunning piece. This watch, if you take a look at some of the other Piaget Altiplanos, they are all really, really beautiful, really unique. The movement inside of this watch is literally 3 millimeters, which is unheard of, which is insane. I love this watch. They have the signature P on the crown there. This is a stunning piece. Great place to start. 39 millimeters, great for everyday wear. Then we'll move into the Jaeger LeCoultre. This is the master calendar with a meteorite dial. I am a sucker for any watch that has the crescent sweep around the outside of the dial that indicates the date. And then, of course, this one will have your moon phase. It will have your small seconds at the 6. And, of course, the month and day. So the master calendar is a part of the master control family, which originally launched in the 1950s. And then they had a revamp in the early 1990s. This watch is a stunning piece. Of course, exhibition case back. If you'd like to see it a little closer, just give us a call here at Swiss Watch Expo and we will do a FaceTime with you and show you that. Stunning piece here. I mean, if you take a look at that blue crescent along with the Arabic numerals and the almost broad arrow type indices around the outside, it's a stunning piece, a gorgeous piece that anyone will love. It's a 40 millimeter, which is also really nice. If you want something a little larger, but not too big, it's a great piece for your collection. And then last, but certainly not least, is the Omega Speedmaster Gray Side of the Moon. When you look at this watch, it is very unassuming. It has the gray meteorite dial with lots of striations, and those striations are really when that piece of rock is coming through the atmosphere. That is the wind and the atmosphere actually putting those lines into the meteorite, which is so cool to me. When you look at this Speedmaster from a regular standpoint, you just think, oh, okay, it's a standard Speedmaster with a meteorite dial. But they took some extra care in putting, of course, the Sedna gold on the tachometer bezel here, the anti-reflective coating on both sides of the crystal. And then I also researched and found out that the overlay on the bezel is done in the chromium nitrate, which is very, very resistant to corrosion. So they put a lot of thought into this watch. The case is done in ceramic, and then you'll have a beautiful decorated movement here, the 9300 from Omega, which many people are very familiar with. One of my favorite details about that is the fact that it does rotate and wind the movement both ways so that it keeps a power reserve very easily, and it helps with accuracy on top of the fact that it has that coaxial escapement inside of it. And then the clasp is very easy, very functional, very streamlined for an Omega. It's going to be done in the titanium and the ceramic. So overall, a gorgeous watch. Like I said, very unassuming. You would never guess that there was that much care put into this style, but I've always loved the Speedmasters. Gorgeous watch, 44.25 millimeters on this watch. So a little bit larger, but because of that material that the case is made in, it is pretty lightweight for a watch of this caliber. So my three top meteorite dials, there are lots of others out there. Of course, Rolex has done them. I believe there's even a Patek Philippe that has one. Tell me some of your favorites down in the comments. This is Angel here again at SwissWatchExpo. I look forward to seeing everyone, maybe over a FaceTime, and adding a watch to your collection. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.